speaking of another interview or another conversation, Glasses Malone.
Glasses Malone.
We spoke about this already on another episode.
Yeah, last one.
Last one?
Yeah, on the last one.
We spoke about the whole Tupac Must Die song.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I only listened to the song once, maybe twice.
Yeah, it's not one of those you gotta be riding to. So
yeah, but I think that the video, the video along with the lyrics lends to the dopeness of the song.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest with you, I want to say that this is one of the most creative songs that I've heard in a while.
That's what hip hop is, and I appreciate that about it. It's like, find a perspective that nobody else has done, and approach it from there. And even though controversial, it was like, damn boy, you did it. You know what I mean? You did it. You really did it.
And watching this interview with him on the Breakfast Club kind of made me feel like I was behind the scenes on what it took to create this song. And when he spoke about him recording the song like back in November and how it took him like 8 months to shoot the video because
he purchased the cars, and paint the cars, shooting in the hotels,
and the exact spots that all this stuff happened, the mall, the this and that. I really appreciated the hard work that he put into that song because even after that song, I was just listening, and me and you went back and forth that day, and we were just like, let me go look at some Glasses Malone songs and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, there was one song from him that I was feeling back in the days or however long ago the song came out, but I couldn't find it at the time. But all the things that I was listening to him, all the things that I've listened to from him was kind of garbage. That day that me and you was going back. So to hear him talk about this, like I feel like
he's hip hop.
He's hip hop, definitely. And it's also, you know how sometimes when people talk on interviews, they kind of try to sound like, I'm more gangster than I need to be, or super thug, super gangster, extra.
Like, or they try to over double down on their point instead of like really just articulating why it makes sense and just like, leave it up to everybody else. It's like, I understand some people might not mess with this, but that's why this is what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? And it was in the vein of hip hop. And
I think that's what he did perfectly throughout the entirety of his interview. Like for me, this is one of the most enjoyable.
He validated
interviews.
himself in
hell yeah, hell
yeah.
I think that this was one of the most enjoyable interviews that I've probably seen in a little while. Like probably even since maybe Pusha T sitting down with Joe Budden.
This is up there with like a Killer Mike interview. Like I always enjoy a Killer Mike interview. Just seeing somebody that's really about the culture and has their reference points. You know what I mean? So he did have a lot of credibility in a lot of things he said.
Definitely.
Well, apparently. Is it all true? I don't know, but from his perspective,
dude, the way that he's talking, it just it seems like this was the truth. This what happened. You know what I'm saying? And we being here on the complete opposite side of the United States, we kind of heard some of this before,
right?
Some of it, you know what I'm saying?
But only, go ahead. I'm sorry, to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No, one of the only things I felt like, I think, I don't know if it was Charlamagne or Envy that brought it up. Like when they spoke of Nip, it kind of tripped them up a little bit. Where it was just like, if somebody made a song right now that Nip must die, is like, is it too soon or is it foul? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see. I wish he had a better response to that.
Got you.
But
where he was like, he'll listen to it and try to take everything into account.
But I can see in his face.
Feel some kind of,
he felt some. You'd feel some type of way, but
and was the
he
comment,
was like, corrupt. He cussed him off for a half hour on the phone. He was like, I just sit there and listen.
Was the comment that he made where he said, people were saying, this was 23 years ago. Did we say that when we spoke about this? Like, why talk about that now? Okay.
Did we? All right.
Maybe. I don't know. Y'all tell us if we did. If y'all
short-term memory,
right. So, so he was just saying like, a lot of people had to like, this was 20. Why bring this now? This is Tupac, blah blah blah. And he made a comment that a lot of people that are commenting about this was born after 95 and whatever, this, that, and the third. But it was definitely some hot takes that he said.
Oh yeah. He definitely had a standpoint of like, Tupac was an import. And that's how I felt from him. right? It was like, yeah, while we accept all that, you know what I'm saying, Death Row, West Side, and all that from Tupac, he wasn't like necessarily a West Coast native. So therefore, we can't give it felt like he would not give Tupac the crown that the rest of America or the rest of society is giving Tupac.
Correct. And we're gonna talk about that specifically in a second.
Yeah.
But I thought that how this shit rolled off his tongue was crazy. Where he said, yo, Rick Ross, my top 5.
Top 5? Like, you
like
said
my
somebody,
top.
my top.
He's like, my top 5 ever. Rick Ross is in my top 5.
Yeah.
Then he just totally flipped the script, but he was just like, yo, this nigga wears Versace shirts
to sell dope on the corner.
That they
Yeah.
They wear Versace. He wear Versace. They don't make it in size.
They don't even make it in the size. Yeah.
He got on jewelry, however much thousands of dollars worth of jewelry.
$1
million worth of jewelry.
If you look it up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga say he know Noriega, the real Noriega.
Right, yeah. And on an interview, by the way, Rick Ross was like, I wasn't talking about, the real Noriega, Manuel Noriega. He was like, I was really talking about the dudes in the streets where I really seen do these things that they the real Noriegas to me. All right, that was his rebuttal.
That was Rick Ross' rebuttal.
Ross's rebuttal.
So, but Glasses Malone is saying okay, so for the people that didn't see that interview, they think like, yo, this nigga's that nigga know Manuel Noriega.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Manuel Noriega.
And he home 100 favors.
And he home, dude.
1,000 or 100, one of those.
The way he rolled that shit off his tongue.
Yeah.
And he just said that shit like, yo, this is fucking fake.
You saw the contrast he was trying to draw, and I really appreciate that, and that's accurate, right?
Yeah.
To where Rick Ross has made a hyper reality out of the drug dealing business, right?
Pause.
Yeah.
He said, Rick Ross, he said, yo, his name is from somebody that he can see on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I got my name from you.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But but I think, damn, that's just a thing that I think Rick Ross can't escape. I think his image is completely stuck in there.
He can't.
Where it's like, yo, we know you ain't real, bro. Like, but we rock with you because you sell that fantasy well.
Yes, and you're talented.
You're talented.
Super
and
talented.
I think that's why Glasses say he top 5.
Yeah.
Because skill level, rapping, you're talented, but bro, we don't believe you.
Yeah.
We don't, man. Yeah. You're like, nobody believes that you really about that drug dealing, cocaine, cowboys jazz you spewing about. You're not, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was accurate to what Glasses was saying, because basically I think he was just drawing the contrast to his career and why he's not as successful as some of these rappers, because you know what I'm saying, some people come in the game and they tell these fictional stories that they make a real street dude story. Believable. They make a real street dude story sound so insignificant. So if you're talking about all this like, yo, Manuel Noriega and green Gucci suits and all this fly stuff, drug dealer lifestyle, you know what I mean, while a real street dude might have bust a lick or two there, or came up with a new process that gets him some more money, and he only made $300,000 on the block. Wow, that's a magnificent accomplishment from that street dude. It seems insignificant in the grand scheme of things because of how Rick Ross has really tried to elevate things through fictional bars. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
man. So
it's like Rick Ross has always tried to be seen in the light of the Jay-Z's and the Jeezys and all these people, but I never believed Rick Ross, be honest with you, bro. I never did. I never did. I mean, after that Noriega line, it was like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, you doing it though. You pushing. You're pushing a push. I'm riding a ride. On that fried. Push it to the converting the vert like a convertible vert. It's all right, bro. I hear you.
Woo. Dude, when he said that shit, man.
Yeah.
And he said that shit, I was like, yo, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, that was a real take.
So now the hot take behind what he said now is Snoop Dogg was the man. Like he basically gave credit to Snoop Dogg being pretty much. He said Snoop Dogg is the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg is the rapper.
Yeah. I would need you to speak on that more so than me because back in 92, 93 is when I first came to the United States.
Yeah.
I knew of Snoop Dogg, I knew of Pop, but I didn't know of where the game was before them, and I didn't know how they changed the game. You know what I mean? I've heard about it over the years and everything like that, but to compare their impact at the time, I wouldn't be able to honestly speak on that.
All right. So in my opinion, I think that he's speaking nothing but facts. But there's also a lot of bias in what he was saying.
What is he speaking of facts about? Did you paint that picture yet?
I didn't really go back and like.
No, I'm saying in reference to what Glasses Malone was saying. He was saying that on the Breakfast Club interview, he stated that pretty much that Snoop Dogg was bigger than Tupac.
Yes,
even though Tupac came out first. Tupac needed Snoop Dogg's image to propel him to where he is, where he is, or where he's thought of as today. He needed that gangster image from Snoop Dogg.
I don't think that he necessarily said that he needed. I think
Not
he said
needed,
he got
but
it.
He got it. He got it from.
He got
that.
it from. So him
Right.
being in the light of Snoop Dogg raised them to the level. I kind of agree with that.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that. If I'm thinking back correctly, dude, I remember when we was young, me and my homeboys used to walk home from school. This is like middle school time.
Yeah.
My homeboy Quante, R.I.P. Quante, and Maurice and all them niggas. We used to walk home from school and we used to have Bad Boy, Death Row battles or conversations all the time.
Okay.
And I was always on the Biggie side of things. Like, yo, you know, Biggie this, Biggie that, da da da. And they was always on it because they from the South. And I guess the South niggas kind of rep with the West niggas a little bit more or whatever, especially at that time. So it was always on the Death Row side of things and whatever. But when we think about it, I think Deep Cover came out, 90, 91?
Yeah.
And that was our introduction to Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Creep with me as I rule through the call me Snoop Eastwood. Like, Snoop Dogg came out like the coolest motherfucker on the planet at that time, bro.
Yeah.
Then Dr. Dre dropped the Chronic. That was pretty much a Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg album.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to give the stats or whatever. I kind of just want to talk raw about this.
Yeah.
I feel like Snoop Dogg was like on 90% of the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly, he was on like 90% of the album. But then again, all of the production wasn't necessarily Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
It was that nigga Daz that did a lot of the production or whatever. And Dr. Dre just kind of oversee everything, whatever. And I think that's what Dr. Dre has done his entire career. But going back to Snoop Dogg, then after that, he built the buzz through Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. The song that they did with the Eazy-E diss.
Yeah.
He built his buzz to where when he dropped this album, dude, like Doggy Style was like at the time, dude, I feel like that was like the greatest album ever. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it was just like, yo, this dude is certified. He was in the streets.
Yeah.
This dude is cool as shit.
Yeah.
He got the afro.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Like, I feel like at that point when Doggy
He's from
Style
the hardest
dropped,
place in the country.
Yeah. And all the shit that's going on in California, Long Beach, Compton, all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like Snoop Dogg was one of them dudes. Dude, I feel like every hood nigga, every black person in the country, every person that listens to rap wanted to be Snoop Dogg at that time. And even Glasses Malone said it in an interview where he was just like, yo, Biggie said it in the song, I'm trying to sell records like Shoot. I'm looking at the way that Salt shoots and trying to sell records like Snoop. Oops, I'm interrupted by the doorbell, 352. Like, he even referenced that shit like, yo, even Biggie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that people consider the GOAT wanted to do what Snoop was doing.
Right.
So what Glasses was saying, or what Charlamagne kind of added context to, was like, yo, from 91 until 95, it was Snoop Dogg, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, which I think is his best album to date, did come number one. Yes, Tupac was in movies and this, that, and the third, or whatever. But
he was a controversial figure. Yes, he was more outspoken and did more for the black community as a whole. But as an entertainer, Yeah,
at that
I
dude.
Guess that's the argument.
At that time, I agree with what if he's talking about the timeline was from 91 ish to about 96. Snoop Dogg all the way, bro.
Yeah,
and then also he made the argument after that, like, yo, this nigga is. He was like, yo, he cuz Martha Stewart.
Yeah. He cussed her out. Yeah,
he's like, yo, whatever.
He blue flagged out Martha Stewart. You're right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yo, he was like, yo, he is the most. He's like, yo, Snoop Dogg can go anywhere in the world right now and be recognized. Like, yo, that's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he is the most famous rapper.
Yeah,
of all time.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of people will kind of look at this and kind of, yo, he trying to downplay Tupac, and he kept on, dude.
He kept on reiterating things like that, and
throughout the entire interview, like, yo, this is not what I'm not trying to pit Snoop against Tupac. I'm not trying to disrespect what Tupac did. I'm not trying to take away from Tupac talent.
Right.
But he didn't get to where he was until he was in that Snoop Dogg light. Yeah. And remember, well, you said you don't remember too much, but dude, when Two of America's Most Wanted came out,
I remember
Snoop Dogg and Tupac, that was like the biggest song at the time. It was just like,
ain't nothing
what?
But a gangster, nothing but a gangster part.
Dog,
perfect.
Dude,
and that was actually like that.
Perfect.
That was actually the first. That was actually one of the best kickoffs that I seen on Tupac has. Verse, yo, that pitch perfect. I paid a perfect pitch. I was riding that beat. Like, woo! Where you got that from, bro?
Yes,
like,
yes. And dude, I'm telling you, dude, when that song came out, I hated on that song when that shit came out because I was, like I said, I was on my Biggie shit. Ready to die, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hated on that song. But I have to acknowledge how dope that song was when it came out, bro.
Facts.
And to hear Snoop Dogg and Tupac was kind of like that dude where he was like, yeah, Dear Mom. What's Tupac's biggest song to you?
Biggest or my favorite?
Biggest. What was Tupac's biggest song for you?
Is it
for you?
For me,
I ain't trying to say what sold the most because we ain't about to Google all that information or whatever, or Billboard top whatever. Yeah. When you think of Tupac, what song comes to your mind instantly?
Hail Mary.
When I think of Tupac, what song comes to my mind instantly is Dear Mama. Every fucking year, Mother's Day, Dear Mama, across the country gets fucking millions and millions and millions and millions of plays, bro.
True.
And I think that was that song, whether your mom was a crack fiend or not.
You made your mom a crack fiend when you sang that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I
hear you. I hear you. But I mean, I guess I guess what we're saying is, I mean, I like Glasses Malone really from him being of that coast, and being of the culture and the society out there to kind of set the record straight for the rest of the country who may not know. He's just like, yo, listen, man, Tupac was amongst us, but you know what I'm saying, he's not our West Coast icon in the sense like he really that's how it came across to me. That his interview and everything like that.
And I think that the way that he bigged up the dude that allegedly killed Tupac. I think that was commendable too. Like, yo, listen, this dude that allegedly
I've been jumped before, and then that's how I felt. Or he might alluded like, I don't did that before too. I almost felt like he was gonna say, y'all don't kill a bitch because they jumped me. That's almost like how he came across. And he's like, yo, this is the norm. This is normal.
Yes. And when what Charlemagne said, something like, that happens to Willie Lump across the country every single day. You know what I'm saying? Willie Lump and whoever jumped this dude and they retaliate and they kill that dude. Like, yo, unfortunately, this situation just happened to be Tupac.
Yeah.
He just messed with the wrong dude at the time.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that this was like one of the most authentic interviews that I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I agree.
I feel like Glasses didn't try to come off like, yo, let me capitalize off this song and try to make it, you know what I'm saying, and I like the confidence that he had in himself where he was just like, yo, I've been doing this now for like 12 plus years. He's like, yo, I'm good at this. I'm good at telling stories. I told stories about myself, told stories where I died in the record, blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, I think that this is one of the cleanest, dopest hip-hop interviews of this year at least.
All right, shout out.
So shout out to Glasses Malone and this whole interview. Shout out to Charlamagne and them for getting Glasses to come on and talk about this song and kind of give people perspective on all of that. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a debate.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't say. I wasn't there. I don't know what the hell happened. So I think it was dope though, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely. I agree.
Yo, if you like that clip, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And go ahead and leave a comment. Become a part of this conversation.
Hit us with them thumbs up.
And remember, you're not here for the facts.
You're here for the opinions.
It's Bootleg Kid Podcast.
The realest.